What's up? Shit, this has been a long time. Today I just came back. I had a little bit of free time. I was in the mood to make a video for the people. The people's champion has returned. So, I just wanted to come back, make a quick video. Maybe two. I'm considering it. So, the first one, I just wanted to rant a little bit about Hasbro, as you do. And, kind of like provide the reasons why I went to third party, which I know I've already kind of done, but I just wanted to even more kind of solidify, why I don't really mess with Hasbro. It's like G1 stuff anymore. Because I will admit they're making some pretty dope shit with like their animated and Beast Wars line still. I mean, I've still liked the Beast Wars stuff. It's still really cool. But like for the G1 stuff especially, dude, I don't even know what they're doing, bro. Cuz like Proto Man, it's the Slag podcast, the G. A long time ago, when I was like, I don't even know, like 3 years ago or some shit, I was like watching his channel and he said something, a piece of advice that I will, as long as I collect Transformers, I will never forget. And that's that Hasbro will never release a perfect version of anything. And he's so right on that, dude. It's like, it's so obvious when you start looking at some of the stuff, dude. Like, dude, that new 86 Springer is probably one of the worst examples I've ever seen, dude. And, like, I hate that everyone justifies it. And, like, even the people who complain about it and they're like, oh, it doesn't look good enough for $50, they're still going to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, that's the part that I hate. It's the hypocriticism within the community itself, really. It's just, it's so absurd because the Siege one is really good on its own. And honestly, they probably could have just repacked that as a Voyager. And I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for people who didn't get it, but also it didn't really go up in value, and I felt like it didn't really need a remake, especially that quick. Like, this is not a $50 figure at all, which I mean, I don't even really care about. The main thing I care about is that they keep re-releasing figures like when they don't need re-released at all. Like, they're doing them way too quick. Like, make a different, like, they could have done like, I don't know. I mean, they did do the comic universe Springer to like keep the trademark and everything. So why are they literally going back, putting in like literally 1% extra detail just to like gouge the people, and then everyone rushes to it and like dumps their old Siege Springer? I just hate that Hasbro does that, you know what I mean? Because it just feels a little bit cheap, and I feel like they're kind of just gouging everyone for their money, which, you know what, fair enough. They're a business. Do what they want. And honestly, I was in that trap as well, where as soon as a new figure would come out that was better than the old one, I would get rid of the old one. But I saw it and I didn't like it anymore. And that's why I really enjoy Masterpiece and third party. It's because a lot of the stuff is like, once you get like an MP Megatron, you're very much set for Megatron. Like, you do not need to get any other Megatron. The space bridge like sets or whatever, like those sets, that's the worst. That's literally the worst thing I've ever seen Hasbro like do. Like, no joke. I know I said the Springer was like a pretty bad example, but this is probably the worst example I've ever seen. Where like on the Optimus, they're changing just a few colors, and they're throwing in the Teletran one, which is pretty cool. And they're putting in the Jazz, and everyone's trying to justify it. They're like, well, the Jazz has slightly different, like a slightly different shade of silver, even though silver is silver. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, justify it if you want, but you know that you're getting duplicates, and I hate that. They're literally selling us like duplicates to get extra stuff. And this is what made me make this video, actually, because another example is the new Soundwave they're doing. And dude, I mean, it feels a little bit it feels a little bit shallow that they're putting that out. And listen, everyone's calling it out, but they're getting like their last runs of these molds in before they do like completely new ones, I think, for like, the Optimus, Soundwave, Megatron, and everything, because apparently they're doing like 86 versions and shit. But this one was bad too. And I mean, it's kind of a re-release of like a rare figure, but they also just released it in the warship like set or whatever. I don't care about the names because I'm done collecting Hasbro. But I just, they're just re-releasing these figures. And it's like, oh, if you want to get this one, then you have to buy this set. And oh, if you want to get an Earth Mode Hound, then you have to buy this set with 5 figures you already own. Except they have, oh, but they're so cool because they have these windows that don't match the rest of anything. I just feel like it's really shallow. That they've re-released that like Soundwave, like no joke, like I think it's like 3 times now within the last like few months. It's because they just released it in the Nemesis War like pack or whatever, and they're like, oh, this version is slightly better because their cassettes have slightly better paint, so you want to get this one and sell off your old one. Oh, but look at this, there's a new Legacy United one, and it's leader class price point, which is a little bit much, even though we sold the other one for $40. We're including a new figure, but guess what? You already have that 86 Rumble. If you bought the separate blue one, and you put him with that Nemesis War Pack, guess what? He's in this new one as well. He's with this leader class Soundwave, and he's got, I don't even know if you would call it better paint, because it's less cartoon accurate, but he's got different paint. A little bit absurd that they're doing that, I think. And I just really don't like it. I feel like it's really shady on Hasbro's part. And, there's already rumors of an 86 Soundwave coming out. And they're literally just using this mold now to get it out of the way so that they can, once they bring in the new 86 version, oh, this is the new, slightly improved, but guess what? We're not going to make it perfect because we're going to make a new version in about 2 years. You can get a knockoff Fans Toy Soundwave for literally like $130. This is your perfect Soundwave. Look at him. He's got shelf presence. He looks amazing. He's shiny. He's got good paint. He's actually got like all of his, he's got the Ravage, he's got Laserbeak, and he's got Frenzy or Rumble, the red one. These are just the MMC tapes. But you know what I mean? Like, this is your perfect Soundwave. You can't compare this to like a Hasbro figure, and yet you're gonna spend about the same amount on like those Hasbro figures as this knockoff Acoustic Wave or whatever. You know what I mean? And I just really saw it when, Slag Podcast, Proto Man said it. It just makes perfect sense. They're never going to release the perfect version because they're a business. They have to make one that's slightly better, like every 2 years or whatever. And me, being a 16-year-old with, basically no income, I've been able to, because I had a lot of Hasbro stuff from like, I know it sounds weird, but like a lot of my shit is from like birthdays and stuff. And then I would sell off the stuff that I don't want, and then I'm very knowledgeable with Transformers, which I kind of sound like a douche saying, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I know all this shit. But you know what I mean? I know a lot about Transformers, and I know what's worth money, and I know when I'm getting a good deal. And so when I see something for cheap, I buy it, and then I would resell it a lot. And like the main thing that I hate about all this is that there's people who complain about it all. They're like, oh, this isn't worth $50. This is a Voyager class and a Leaders class Voyager. You know what I mean? And then they'll buy it. Like, if you're going to complain about something, either don't complain about it or don't buy it. You know what I mean? You can't have your cake and eat it too. It's like, you're literally doing the opposite of what you're saying you are. It's craziness. You know what I mean? Obviously people will do as they do, but it's really hypocritical, and I don't know. I would just say, if you're tired of Hasbro shit as well, just go on eBay and buy an MP36 Megatron KO for like $100. Because honestly, if you look at it again, your Voyager class Megatron from a while ago, I actually still have my Siege one because I never updated it because I was, again, tired of Hasbro's, oh, here's a slightly better version shit. So if you have, oh, you got your Siege Megatron for $30. Oh, you got your premium edition Megatron for $50. You got your, Nemesis for $100, and you got him from it, and you got this weird like Kingdom Spoilers pack for $50, and you got another Megatron, and you have this Megatron, and you have this Megatron, and it's all the same mold. You literally and they're all silver versions, like not even the G2 version. I'm just talking strictly just like G1 Megatron. Oh, but there's a new 86 version coming out for $50, allegedly, listings maybe, I don't know, but it's just, at that point, you're literally spending like $200 on one like character, and you're having to sell and resell and buy and sell, and like some of the stuff drops in value. So like, I know for a while, Kingdom Galvatron was up like really high, like $80, but then they re-released it like 2 times, and then now it's like dropped to fucking like $30. So, you know, your shit drops in value because the new versions like bomb the prices. And it's just such a infinite cycle loop type shit, you know what I mean? Where you own this, but it's really just a placeholder for something better that's not coming out. Like, you don't know about it, but it is coming eventually, you know what I mean? I just really don't like that about Hasbro, but they are a business, like I said. So I just wanted to point that out to some people. I hope this video helped. I hope you enjoyed. I might be back a little bit more. We'll see.